Good morning and welcome to News for the Hearing Impaired. I'm Shreya. With me is Manisha. Let's take a look at our headlines first. Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaks with Chief Minister and Deputy CM of Bihar, reviews the flood situation and the rehabilitation work, assures all possible assistance from the centre. Rajya Sabha to vote on the triple Talaq bill today, while Lok Sabha to vote on the consumer protection and the bill to protect wages and bonus. BJP issues whip to its members in both the houses. Murder charges filed against the rape-accused Unnao MLA Kuldeep Sengar and his brother for killing the eyewitness of the rape and critically injuring the rape survivor. A delegation of National Women Commission scheduled to meet the survivor in hospital today. President Ramnath Kovind addresses the National Assembly in Benin, says India strongly supports due representation of Africa in expanded Security Council. Thanks Benin for joining the International Solar Alliance. In international news, Pakistan military plane crashes in a residential area of Pakistani city Rawalpindi. At least 12 people, including 2 pilots and 3 crew members, killed in the crash. At least 52 killed in Brazil prison riot between rival gangs, most of the deaths due to suffocation as part of the prison cell set on fire. And in sports, Team India led by Virat Kohli leaves for West Indies on a month-long tour. 2 test matches, 3 ODIs and 2 T20s to be played during the tour. Speaking before departure, Captain Kohli dismisses all reports of rift within the team. And now for our top story. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday reviewed the flood situation in Bihar, which has left scores dead in the past few days. The Prime Minister spoke with the Chief Minister, Nitish Kumar, and his deputy, Sushil Modi. Prime Minister Modi in a tweet said, the centre has been working with the state government to help those affected and we will continue providing all possible assistance needed. There is no let-up in the flood situation in Bihar, where the deluge has affected over 85 lakh people, even though the toll remained at 127 for the 3rd consecutive day on Monday. Floods have been wreaking havoc in several parts of the country ever since the monsoons hit. Assam is the worst hit state. Over 44 lakh people in 3,000 villages are flood hit. The situation is worse than ever in many districts. Disaster relief teams are working round the clock to rescue people. In Uttar Pradesh, Basti district is worst affected. Its residents tried to fix a broken canal, but the heavy gush of water proved too much to handle. The road between Shripatipur and Narsinghpur has been under water for 4 days, hampering travel and movement of relief and other supplies. The Rajya Sabha will today vote on the triple Talaq bill, the bill which criminalizes instant divorce by Muslim men and seeks jail term for the guilty, has already been passed by the Lok Sabha by a voice vote. The bill was passed by the 16th Lok Sabha but could not pass the Rajya Sabha hurdle. Lok Sabha will today vote on the consumer protection and the bill to protect wages and bonus. The ruling BJP has issued a whip to its MPs asking them to ensure their presence in both the houses of the parliament. Earlier, the upper house on Monday passed the Banning of Unregulated Deposit Schemes Bill 2019. The bill had already been passed in the Lok Sabha. The main objective of the bill is to regulate unregulated deposit schemes in the country and protect the money of poor depositors. The bill will also help mobilize savings in regulated environment. Meanwhile, the Lok Sabha passed the National Medical Commission Bill. The bill would replace the 63-year-old Medical Council of India with the Commission to reform the medical education sector. It also seeks to repeal the Indian Medical Council Act of 1956. There would be a common exam for final year students for PG courses and medical license. This exam would be called the National Exit Test, or NEXT, would ensure that the NMC moves away from a system of repeated inspections of infrastructure and to focus on outcomes rather than processes. The Uttar Pradesh police on Monday filed a murder case against Unnao MLA Kuldeep Singh Sengar and 9 others after the Unnao rape survivor's family filed a complaint alleging conspiracy behind the Sunday's car crash in which the rape victim was severely injured. Besides the MLA, his brother and 8 others have been named in the FIR. In other development, the Uttar Pradesh government on Monday night recommended a CBI probe into the road accident in which the Unnao rape survivor and her lawyer were critically injured and her 2 aunts were killed. Principal Secretary of Home Arvind Kumar said in a statement that a formal request for it has been sent to the Government of India. Meanwhile, a team of National Women Commission will visit the victim and her family members in Unnao today. The NCW has asked the state police to ensure a free, fair and speedy probe in the case. In a tragic incident, 5 women were electrocuted on Monday when they came in contact with a high tension while sowing paddy in a field in Maharajganj district of Uttar Pradesh. The incident took place at Sidwadi Tola in Farendra Tehsil. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath directed the district magistrate to probe the incident and punish the guilty. He also announced a financial assistance of 13 lakh rupees to the family members of each of the deceased. A statement issued by the UP government said that a committee has been constituted to probe the incident. Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa on Monday proved his majority in the Assembly, winning the confidence motion by a voice vote. The Speaker, K.R. Ramesh Kumar, declared the motion as passed as numbers favoured the BJP government. The Assembly passed the appropriation bill allowing the government to draw from the consolidated fund to meet expenditure such as salaries. Yediyurappa had sought vote on account for 3 months till October. After deliberating upon the business of the House, the Speaker tendered his resignation. Before resigning, he appealed to the members to bring electoral reforms, have a relook at the 10th schedule and plug loopholes in the Representation of People's Act and the Lokayukta Act. President Ramnath Kovind yesterday addressed the National Assembly of Benin. The president, who is on a 3 West African nations visit, said that following the success of Pan-African e-network initiative, India now looks forward to the implementation of the e-Vidya Bharati and e-Arogya Bharati initiative with Benin. He further said that India strongly supports due representation of Africa in expanded Security Council. The president said the ties between India and Benin are bound by a shared political trajectory. He thanked Benin for joining hands with India as stakeholders in the International Solar Alliance and strengthening the global fight against climate change. Let's get to international news. At least 52 inmates were killed in a prison riot in northern Brazil on Monday as rival gang factions fought each other. 16 of the dead were decapitated in the second major eruption of violence to rock the country's severely overpopulated and deadly prison system in as many months. Fighting broke out in the Altamira Regional Recovery Center. 2 guards were taken hostage during the clashes that ended at around midday. They were eventually freed. In May, at least 55 prisoners were killed in several jails in the neighboring state of Amazonas, in violence also blamed on an apparent gang dispute. A small Pakistani military plane crashed into a residential area near the garrison city of Rawalpindi before dawn, killing at least 15 people, including 2 pilots. In a statement, the military said 5 soldiers were among those killed in the plane crash. About 20 people were injured in the plane crash. The rescue operation was still ongoing, and the death toll from the plane crash could rise as some of the injured persons are listed in critical condition. The Indian cricket team, led by skipper Virat Kohli, left for the West Indies. Left for the West Indies tour last night. India will play 2 test matches, 3 T20s and 3 ODIs during their month-long tour on the Caribbean islands, starting from the 3rd of August. It is the first overseas tour of the Indian cricket team after the World Cup. Well, that's it in this bulletin. News and updates continue on DD News. Thank you very much for joining us. Namaskar.